For those who do not know Pete Torres, I had the great honor to actually know him while he was still alive. Was an amazing man. And so we named this award because it is given to an individual or an organization who has demonstrated a history of service and commitment to the Hispanic community. The award is named after Pete Torres Jr., the first chair of the Hispanic Issues section when it was actually known as Concerns of the Spanish-Speaking Community. That's how we all started. He practiced law for over 40 years and was a former city councilman of San Antonio. He has received a variety of awards honoring his long service to San Antonio, as well as his overall Hispanic community of Texas, including the MABA Texas Lifetime Achievement Award and the Spanish Issue section. So this year, we have decided to give that award to 3 individuals. I have somewhere in front of me. A article or parts of an article that was written by the Houston Chronicle. Part of our community is always being faced with immigration issues. And there was a gentleman whose name is, I'm going to get it out, Juan, who entered this country about 15 years ago from El Salvador. He was following his wife and his oldest daughter, Karen. They had been sponsored by her parents who were already here in the United States, but he did not have a sponsor. So he paid a coyote, as many of these people who are fleeing their country, to come to the United States because they fear for their lives, their very lives. He was caught as he made his way from Texas to California. He tried unsuccessfully to win temporary protected status. His request for asylum was denied over 10 years ago, but then he did not have strong legal counsel then. For more than a decade, through the Bush and Obama administration, Juan qualified for prosecutorial discretion as he raised his family and paid taxes and avoided legal trouble. He stayed in his country for as long as he checked in with ICE, which he had done 26 times. But in February, he was told that that was no longer work and he was going to be deported. And as part of that deportation, he was going to have to take his family all back to El Salvador and risk their very lives. I'm going to cry. 3 gentlemen who I consider dear friends of mine stepped up to the plate to represent Mr. Juan Gonzalez. And they took his case and they have won him the ability to stay in this country. Wow. I think that this kind of work that these are not immigration lawyers. They don't practice this, but they knew that a wrong was occurring and they felt the necessity to take part and take action. The attorney that was nominated for this award was, hold on, let me get it out. Juan Vasquez for Chamberlain, Hrdlicka, White, and Williams. So we were going to give Juan the award, and Juan called me and said, I can't take it without my colleagues who helped me do it. So he is sharing his award with Justice David Medina and David Calvillo, 3 gentlemen who deserve the award immensely. So come on up here, all guys. I think this is what Lauren is really all about. I told them they could have a couple of moments to speak. Just a couple of moments later.
Well, thank you very much. This is incredible. Let me just tell you a brief story. But before I do that, I want to thank my former colleagues, the Chief Justice, Justice Green, Chief Justice Green, my long friend, dear friend, classmate, Justice Guzman, and Justice Brown was here earlier, and then Justice Busby, and State Bar President, my friend Randy, and my former briefing attorney, his wife Alex, their brand new parents, and Justice Dory and Judge Hinojosa, and the second Republican I ever met other than Al Gonzalez, Ambassador Garza, Latino Republican. So thank you all for being here. Let me just tell you a quick story on how this got started. As Justice Vita said, we're not immigration lawyers, but we have a great leader, and it's Juan Vasquez. You raised a good man. Both did. He calls, he sends a text. We text sometimes about work. He sends a text late at night. He says, you need to read this article, and he sends me the link. I open it, and I said, I saw that headline. I've seen those headlines all over, the past few years. It's another story. Then he calls me just a few minutes later, did you read it? And I said, no, I didn't know I was supposed to read it now. So I read it. He says, read it, we're gonna have a meeting tomorrow. He says, okay, so I read it, we go in, and Mr. Calvillo, David Calvillo, just a great trial lawyer, great man in his own right. So we're at this meeting, and Juan says, we're gonna help this family. I said, all right, do you know anything about immigration law? Because I don't. and we went to meet this family. We have lawyers that certainly in our firm that do, and we thank Chamberlain for allowing us to do that. Our COO, John Meredith is here. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
And so we went to meet this family, and it was overwhelming. We've had as lawyers, the privilege of helping others and doing great work. I think each of us has done something significant in our practice. I had the privilege of going to the U.S. Supreme Court and helping our company win a case there, helped others win cases in front of the Texas Supreme Court. But there's nothing like this. It was just unbelievable that through just taking a different approach to things on how to attack this issue, and some brilliant ideas by Juan and David that, I'm thinking, there's no way that's going to pass constitutional muster. But, we tried. And it turns out the people on the other side, the government, were very receptive to what we were doing. And in fact, we got more relief from the lawyers whom we just happened to have met 20, 25 years ago than we could have gotten from the court system. And so we dismissed that case, and we've worked with those lawyers. And this is 2.5 years. This man who has worked, done everything he was told to do. He got married. He has an American wife, 3 American children. We just saw them. Mr. Calvillo and I just saw them 2 days ago. They're still intact, and they're here together. But this is one of 12 million other stories. And for whatever reason, the good Lord has shined his light on this case and on these people, and we're grateful. And you don't have to be an immigration lawyer. You just have to work hard and be willing to help somebody and find people that can help you, like Jacob Monte and his firm, and Carolina and everybody that associated with Monte Ramirez, who came in and shored up the immigration stuff along with Peter Williamson of our office. And then we were able to do the court work and then have the working relationship with the government that is just, we're here. So thank God and thank you.
My role was to bring the sandia on the very first meeting. You got to establish a rapport with the client, so what better than a sandia, right? No, I think the lesson is always answer one's text, even if they're at 12:45 a.m. on a Sunday morning. That Sunday, I remember I read all about that article. I immersed myself in what I could about immigration law, and then there was really no choice. Juan touched our hearts with his leadership, and the rest was history. But 2 points I wanted to kind of underscore. One was what Justice Medina said, and that is that's one of 12 million other stories. Their heroic story of this family is the heroic story that we see, in our neighborhoods. I feel blessed to have grown up in the Rio Grande Valley. And the people that we go to church with, the people that we shop at HEB with, the people that we worship God with, those are these people. They're the Rodriguez family, times 12 million. So let's not remember that, let's always remember that. The second thing is that sometimes we hear the story of the Mexican crab, the legend of the Mexican crab, right? That, we sometimes pull each other's down, right? You know what I'm talking about. But these two gentlemen, despite their elite status in our profession, these two gentlemen do not take that ladder and bring it up behind them. Instead, they've extended it to many others, including myself. And so, if you get a chance, shake their hand, give them an abrazo, especially from me. Thank you.
Again, thank you to my parents, mom and dad. Obviously, love you tremendously. We have a younger brother, who is also a tax attorney and gives back tremendously to the community. As a tax attorney, again, you see this article, and you realize that we as attorneys have a tremendous ability to help people and make a difference. So just keep doing that. Also, as a tax attorney, I'm truly honored to have Judge Copeland from the United States Tax Court here, and then as well as Juan Vasquez, my dad. So thank you, representing the tax community. Thank you to everybody, and thank you especially to the Hispanic issues section. So appreciate everybody.
You know, when I saw those boxes over there, I hadn't eaten all day, and I said, oh, they have pizza.
Okay, let's all take a state bar director.